Hello, hello. How are you? So I'm here to talk about death and dying. And the reason that I'm hosting this series is because right now, for whatever reason, death is coming closer to me. It's coming closer into my circles. And I think that that's true for most people right now. As as um, as we're choosing to leave the planet, or as many people are releasing form at this time. And so it's really an intense time that it's important for us to have conversations around the process of what's possible for us and for our loved ones in the process of releasing the physical form. And what are the stories that we've told ourselves in the past? And how is it that we view death? And this over over uh, amplified fear of this process that one of us will experience, the process of leaving the physical and our consciousness being released from this body, right? At least that is what I believe for myself, right? And so we get to have an opportunity with death so near and close. We get to have an opportunity to look at our beliefs around death and how maybe we're fearing something. Our fear of something is unjustified. And I think that many times we find this to be true. Like we fear something, just use a roller coaster. It's just an example. But you have this fear of getting on this ride and that you're really afraid of heights or something, whatever it is, end of a plane, whatever it is. But this fear. And then if you can move past the fear and experience it, you can realize for yourself that the fear that you had about it really isn't at the intensity that you had initially perceived. And so fear is when we fear anything, sometimes it creates opportunities for us to make choices because we're in an anxiety state, right? We're afraid, so our rational thinking sometimes isn't really activated, right? And we're just responding to an impulse, to a stimulus of fear stimulus, wherever it's coming. And so when we have this fear, it can really control our experience. It can absolutely control our experience in the dying. If we're afraid to die, if we think something terrible is going to happen to us on the other side of, who would want to go, who would want to walk through that door, right? And many people have that feeling. I have friends who are in hospice, who speak to sometimes the difficulty that some have in leaving the body because they're so afraid, because they don't know. What if we had an idea that in the dying process, that as we're leaving our